What's happening, Thrive? Pastor Chad here. I just want to let you know, 1, I love you. 2, I miss you. And 3, I'm starting a new series called Everyday Theology. We're going to be looking at things from an everyday life that correlates and ties in to our spiritual walk and how Jesus is forming us in his image daily. So, get ready for part 1. Part 1, let's go! Got my handy dandy Bible. Also got digital copy in the pocket if you need be. But turn, scroll, flip, whatever. We're going to be in John chapter 15, verse 2. We're going to look at one verse and then a quick illustration of how it ties in and then what it means to our life. So, chapter 15, verse 2. He, being God, cuts off every branch of mine that doesn't produce fruit. And he prunes branches that do bear fruit, so they will produce even more. So we're going to be looking at that. So, 2 types of branches. You got the one that does not produce fruit that needs to be cut off. And you got one that does produce fruit, but needs to be maintained and taken care of to produce even more fruit. So that's our life. We have things in our life, relationships, people, thoughts, actions, everything that composes us in our existence has either fruitfulness or fruitlessness. So think about it for a second. Your relationships, the way you speak, the way you act, does it produce good, healthy things in your life, or does it simply not? And if it doesn't, start talking to God and asking him how to remove that or cut it out of your life. And if it is producing health, then ask God how to nurture it and take better care of it. So, to illustrate that a little bit, I'm going to show you something. Wow. So now we're back in my backyard, and we're going to take a look at my tomato plant because I was having some struggles with it. I knew that the soil was good. I knew that it was getting enough sun and water. But I didn't know that there is something called a sucker branch where it sucks all the nutrients out of your fruit, out of your tomatoes, and so they don't grow as quickly, they don't grow as big, and it's basically just stealing the resources or misusing that stuff. So I wanted to show you what a friend of mine told me about what to do, just like in John 15 verse 2. You cut off the branches that have no fruit. There's no blossoms, there's no tomatoes on this. And so what it's doing is actually stealing the fruit or the health and the resources from the ones that do have blossoms and fruit. So they're not going to grow as well. And so they got to be cut away and removed so that the health can start to go to the fruit. And then on the ones with fruit, you want to prune back after they ripen. You want to prune it back so that they will have fresh starts to grow new fruit. And then on a side note, if you don't harvest the fruit when it's ripe and ready, it'll spoil and it'll go to waste. And so there's things in our life that need to be cut away because it's stealing resources. There's things that need to be pruned back so that it can be healthier next time. And there is fruit that we need to pick in our life so it doesn't spoil. I hope you enjoyed this. And eat your salads, eat your tomatoes. It's good for you. Wow, pretty simple. Nothing but a little tomato plant, but it means so much when you can see it. When you have suckers, which I had no idea that's what they were called. I thought that was a lollipop or something you called your friend who was being a knucklehead. What's up, sucker? But really, it's just sucking the nutrients and sucking the good out of the branches that are producing fruit. So we all have stuff in our lives that are sucking and removing the nutrients or the health for things to grow. So if we cut off the unhealthy stuff from our life, it'll only help produce more fruit in the avenues and the channels of your life that are doing well. So ask God how to help you see what's not producing health in your life, see what needs to get cut off, and then have the courage and the know-how to remove it. And then pruning, we gotta take care of the things in our life. Are we taking care of our relationships? Are we taking care of our mental health? Are we taking care of our emotional health? Are we nurturing and caring for stuff that is healthy in our life? Are we reading our Bible? Are we talking to God? Are we being grateful? Are we showing love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, the fruits of the Spirit? Are we doing that? And if we are, how can we do it even better? And if we're not, how can we start to? So I hope you enjoy Everyday Theology. We're going to be looking at a few other things as the weeks go by. Hope you enjoy. Love you. Take care.